So, Jerry, are you ready to get started on the SCP that got put into two parts? As you,
I already have it up.
as you
Start
can
reading
see,
it.
I got part 1 and part 2 in the Chronicles thing. I thought you just separate it.
Okay,
Oh,
let's read it.
that's cute, baby.
Yeah.
Alright, item SCP-734. Oh, wait, I forgot to do something important. Let's see. What's its nickname? The baby. Okay. Anyways, item SCP-734. Object Class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. Any staff entering a containment area must be in contained atmosphere hazmat suits. No physical contact is to be made with SCP-734. Anyone making physical contact with SCP-734 is to be immediately removed from the containment area and placed in quarantine for observation. Any items exiting the testing area must be sterilized before being allowed to exit the containment area. Blood is to be drawn via arterial catheter once daily. The amount to be determined and reevaluated monthly. Catheter is to be cleaned and maintained 3 times daily. Blood drawn is to be immediately sealed in the container, sterilized before cryogenic storage. Blood may be stored for 5 years, after which it is to be incinerated. Requests to use drawn blood must be submitted to Overwatch. SCP-734 must have a handler standing by at all times in full hazmat gear, who is to be rotated every 4 hours. Interaction with SCP-734 is allowed only when in full hazmat equipment. 734 is to be changed and fed as needed with nutritional requirements reviewed and adjusted monthly. 734 may be given toys with clearance from Overwatch. SCP-734 appears to be a male human infant between 7 and 8 months of age. 734 shows normal development and health for a child of his age and genetic background. No abnormal genetic mutations, infections, or rare cellular disorders have been found during any tests, and no origin point or cause has been found for the effects of 734 has on human tissue. Any human tissue making contact with 734 will begin to rapidly break down and flake away. This effect is most often triggered by skin-to-skin contact, but any living 734 cell can cause the effect. This flaking will begin at the point of contact 2 hours after exposure to 734 and spread at the rate of 0.5 millimeters per minute, which means by which the flaking occurs is unknown, as no form of viral, bacterial, or chemical agents are passed by 734 to the subject. Cells begin to lose physical cohesion, and small patches of tissue begin to peel away in flakes. The flaking begins in the tissue layer of contact, most often the epidermis, and will attack the layer exclusively for 5 hours. After 5 hours, the effect will begin on the next layer and continue in this manner until all tissue layers are affected. This process is extremely painful and becomes progressively more debilitating as nerve tissue, blood vessels, muscle tissues, and skeletal structures are exposed, then eaten away by the effect. No treatment or procedures short of amputation of the affected areas have shown any success in halting the progression, with amputation having a success rate of 72%. Due to non-infectious nature of this effect and its low survivability rate, blood drawn from 734 is a very high strategic value. An arterial catheter has been installed to provide a constant supply of blood samples, which are currently being stockpiled and researched for possible application in Foundation activities, both covert and military. 734 itself has shown above average intelligence and physical aptitude, and proposals to train and condition 734 to become a Foundation operative once it matures are under review. What's this? Oh, it leads to other SCPs.
Huh.
Okay. That's okay. Oh, well, the other one is not an SCP. It was
Oh.
amnestics. Okay, so this can help produce amnestics. Okay, that's good to know. I want to give a brief description of the train one. That way we know what it is. Alright. SCP-2241 is a 7-year-old brown-haired male humanoid which has a minor telekinetic ability and has shown signs of latent reality bending ability. 2241 is led to believe that the Foundation maintains custody of him for his protection so that he can learn to understand his powers and use them to develop more superheroes. More specifically, 2241 shows the ability to manipulate objects it can see and which are within approximately 6 meters of it. In addition to this, manipulated objects may teleport or be changed slightly, implying a more general reality bending ability. 2241 is considered a good candidate for long-term intensive research into telekinesis and reality bending specifically, and anomalous humanoids generally. Alright, so now we got a brief description of that. Got it. SCP-734 was recovered at Redacted Medical Hospital after reports of massive outbreak of an unknown form of flesh-eating bacteria in a maternity ward. Foundation operatives quarantined the area and found several nurses, 4 doctors, and 1 infant infected by 734. 734 was isolated and contained after interviews with staff. The mother of SCP-734 was not found, and no records of her discharge from the hospital were found. It is assumed that she was affected by 734 during birth and died from the effect. How she was able to carry 734 to term remains unknown.
I have a theory.
Oh, what is it?
The effects probably didn't start until when they were ready to be born. So probably didn't start until she started going into labor, which you can't exactly get rid of it unless it's the old-fashioned way at that point.
Yeah.
If you go into labor, they will not give you a C-section. That's what happened to my mom. She was listed for a C-section, and then I put her into labor after having been carried for 10 months.
Alright, a memo to handler staff. This should not be necessary. A reminder will, however, be issued to all staff working with 734, and full face masks are a mandatory part of the hazmat equipment needed for working with 734 and may not be removed at any time while on duty. 734 may be a baby, but it is still capable of causing degenerating tissue disorder, and anyone coming in contact with any living 734 cells. This includes mucus. Agent Redacted removed their face mask, stating, "He's just a baby. I'm holding his hands. It'll be fine." 734 then sneezed on Agent Redacted's face, causing flaking to initiate from 26 points on her face and neck. Photographic records of the effect's progression upon her will be provided to any staff with questions or complaints related to 734 and its containment procedures. Project update.
Man.
Huh?
Sorry, keep going.
Project update redacted. Testing of 734 at age redacted confirms a 98% score on the Ace-Linger Loyalty Index. Entity has been approved for anomalous weapons training. Damn. Wait.
Goodness.
It goes to another SCP, which should probably get a brief description of as well.
Yeah, just in case. I mean, I know they never stay on topic, but you never know with these fucking freaks.
Oh, I just realized the freaking the freaking content farm bingo board is still up. Whoops.
I could always make a new one.
No, I just forgot to make it vanish, so it was just there. I can make it. I can make it reappear and disappear.
Man, we didn't even figure out if the
Mm-hmm.
the thing we previously watched did any of the things. I think we were too upset at it.
Oh no, I was clicking on it.
Oh.
Yeah, I was going through. The only thing I forgot to do was place removal, character removal. I forgot to hit that one. But other than that, everything was on. Okay. Anyways, SCP-2140 is an image derived through Project Kalinikos from SCP-2140-1-D. -1 instances are alternate versions of the image. All the instances depict glyphs and a redacted script. While it is possible for persons with background to view isolated portions, 100% of persons who view completely SCP-2140, regardless of medium, are loyal. Foundation personnel with 2/2140 clearance or higher. These persons invariably have highly corroborated personal histories with multiple eyewitnesses known, Foundation colleagues, and documentation consistent with this profile. The presence of corroborating physical evidence supports the hypothesis that this is a retroactive alteration to personal history, such that the persons will always have been a loyal Foundation employee with appropriate clearance. It is suspected that this anomaly follows a path of least resistance and alters the minimum necessary number of events. No record exists of any experimental test subjects or any other person lacking appropriate background and clearance viewing a complete image. So basically, SCP-2140 is an image that makes people loyal to the Foundation.
There's weirder shit.
Oh, there's 2 links of alternate versions.
Oh, what's the alternate version?
Oh, it's just pictures of the anomaly of 2602.
Oh.
2602, which is okay, that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
And versions, let's see what this is. The assassinations of Belanegar Normancy by the coward gamers against Swede.
Oh.
I am going to read this at some point. I'm favoriting this.
Whenever it's gamers against a weed, you just get interested, huh?
Because they just do the weirdest bullshit.
I will admit, they do the weirdest bullshit, yes.
Okay, let's rate the thumbnail. Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong one. Back. Let's see. Alright, let's show it on stream. And here. You see it, Jerry?
I haven't looked yet. I'm kind of dreading it. Oh. I don't think we know what she even looks like besides dead. I'm pretty sure she disintegrated to death.
Mm-hmm.
I would rate this a 4. What about you?
I guess. Yeah, because I don't think it progresses that fast.
Well, 1, it doesn't progress fast, but 2, if that was the mom, then she'd be dead by the time it was born.
Oh, yeah.
3, newborns don't look like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's an older baby. They're smaller, they're pinker, and the umbilical cord, a piece of it is still attached to them. It detaches after a bit.
Alright. So, I put that as a 4, but would you consider it clickbait?
What?
Would you consider the thumbnail clickbait?
Yes.
Alright. I just wanted to see what you thought. Wait, that's copyright the video, not clickbait. Whoops. Anyways, let's look at part 1.
Deep breath, in and out. You're calm, man. You have a shake. You have a giant shake.
Oh no, I went to see the comment. The only criticism I have is this pretty big one, is that no one from the SCP Foundation would ever announce themselves publicly like that, even if they are giving them a drug to wipe their memory. There's still a chance that the drug will fail or wear off after a while, so they would never announce themselves.
Are you surprised?
No. But anyways, so let's go ahead. Copyright the video, no license given. Alright, we ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
They do not know how to draw babies.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
Sorry about that, there was a bird at the window.
Yeah, it's all good.
Alright, let's go back.
It can't be. We finally got it.
What?
Why would it stop after the baby was born and not before, during labor?
I don't know.
The body does a lot of things when the baby's about to be born. And the baby is the one itself who triggers all the effects.
Mm-hmm.
So wouldn't that be when it starts?
Yeah.
It all started when we received a call about a plane crash. The reasons were still to be found out, but back then, we were worried about a possible outbreak of unknown infection.
What?
The bodies of many passengers were in various stages of decomposition. Even those who survived the crash of the 002 flight.
Needed plot, edit
Sir,
unneeded plot.
You should take a look.
It doesn't look like injuries after plane crash, does it? What's happened to her?
No clue, sir. Others have tissue decomposition, but in less degree.
So it all started with her. Take her to the morgue. I'll interrogate the survivors at the hospital.
Actually, there's something else.
I was informed that a baby was found among the wreckage, perfectly healthy and having not a single scratch. Plane crash, damn it. Maybe somebody would consider it a miracle.
The baby is not immune to plane crashes. It's
But
a
in my
normal baby.
Yeah.
I needed answers. Clear and rational. I'm gonna need blood samples for the FBI lab. This is an order.
What?
The dead bodies were sent to the morgue. Survivors were submitted to the hospital. I went to check on an old friend. Ask for some help.
Baby.
They're gonna connect. They're gonna connect another organization. Because I think that's what that symbol is referring to.
I know, that's why I'm upset. The baby is not connected to baby!
Norwood, would you do me a favor?
Scott Spencer. You think about your old pal when you need something. For God's sake.
It's serious. People have died. You're the best weapons specialist I know. Find out what might be wrong with the blood. I'll give the second sample to our guys in the lab.
Well, the hell with you. But, I'm gonna need some time.
I went home. I already knew that the crash plane was making a night flight from Hawaii. But now, I was more interested in something else. There was only one woman with an infant on the passenger list. Diana Marsh.
Sorry.
What was that? I didn't hear what you said.
I said that sounds unrealistic.
Yeah.
I've been on at least enough flights to know that there's going to be multiple babies, there's going to be multiple children, because people exist and people need to get to places.
Yep. I have done 4 flights. Mainly because for some reason, when I went to go to Disneyland for apparently my birthday, which I think is the Florida one, yeah, it's the planes that would go from Virginia to Florida. Yeah, they just didn't work. We had to go to Virginia to Alabama, then to Florida.
Oh, magic.
Yeah. I do it twice. Anyways.
I ran a background check on her in the FBI's databases. She was an anesthesiologist from Brooklyn. As for the close relatives, she had a sister. That's whom I should have visited. Diana's body's the only one that has remained unidentified, because there was nothing left to identify. Spencer's on the line. What kind of emergency is this? Heck, I'm leaving. I rushed to the clinic where the survivors of the crash were taken. There was some kind of hell.
Sir, we have new cases of infection. Like the passengers on 002 flight, all affected interacted with the surviving infant. They all have wounds with traces of decomposition. The baby sneezed in the poor nurse's face and she lost her eyes. What is this new delivery?
I'll interview the witnesses. Pick out the Dean of Medicine for me and call the special unit right now. Fast!
No special unit is required, Mr. Spencer. The FBI is no longer involved in this case. Starting from now, all the authority on this operation is passed over to the SCP Foundation. You have 3 minutes to get your people out of here, or we will be entitled to use a special protocol.
Yeah.
Go home. I'll figure out who they are. I've never heard of any SCP Foundation for years of service in the FBI. However, I must admit, these guys look serious. Were well informed and knew my name. So something was wrong here.
They
I hid
would
behind
know
the counter of the station and
if you were
began to
there.
watch. The Foundation's people worked clearly and smoothly. First of all, they took the baby and injected something to the staff, who had no visible injuries. But others were less fortunate, terribly mutilated. Screaming infected crawled in agony along the hallway while the staff silently examined them and took them out of the hospital. The heck are they gonna do with them? When everything finally quieted down, I got out from cover, and the first thing I did was call Diana Marsh's sister. I was 100% sure that something was wrong here. Linda Marsh, I'm Agent Scott Spencer. This is gonna sound crazy, but...
Do you want to talk about my sister? I knew this was going to happen. I'd rather not do it over the phone. Please, come urgently. I have something to tell you.
But at Linda's house, I realized it was too late. People from the SCP Foundation got to her earlier. Damn it. The house was literally turned upside down. Foundation's people have obviously searched every corner, but I did manage to discover something.
That would have been left
That
there.
flower. It's very similar to the symbol that was on the sheet in which the child was wrapped.
Scott, I'm talking about the bodies that were brought after the plane crash. How many years have we been working together? Scott, I've never seen such bullshit before. I watched them rotting, decomposing, and crumbling. Look at that.
Don't tell anyone. I'll be there soon. I rushed to the morgue. It was very strange.
Oh, Spencer. Where are you from here?
Jill, we talked 20 minutes ago. Show me what's left of those bodies.
What bodies? Hey, did we have a party last night? I don't remember a thing, and my head is buzzing.
Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. They managed to clean up everything here too, and they took the remains and treated Jill with some kind of trash so she forgot everything.
Yeah. It's a very thin needle, so it wouldn't be noticeable.
Let alone look like some weird honeycomb shaped thing.
Yeah. And even then, I believe it would be injected more closely towards the brain than the neck.
Technically, the spine is as close to the brain as you get without personally puncturing it yourself.
Then wouldn't they have done it on the back then? Not like the side?
That would technically be just as good. But the jugular is directly connected to the brain. One of the reasons it kills people so fast when the jugular is torn open is because it has a lot of shit going through it.
Gotcha.
So the jugular would be just as good, but I also would not suggest to a doctor to randomly inject into the jugular.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a whoops, I might kill you sort of thing.
So far we have no license given, copyrights the video, clickbait thumbnail, deviated plot, added unneeded plot, and bad voice act. I'm probably gonna keep bad voice acting clicked.
And I wish inaccurate medical information was also a thing we could add, because I feel like the way they have designed these new amnestics are needlessly aggressive. Like, you can inject it in the arm and it'll eventually get to the fucking brain. And it's a small needle, a very small needle. It'll get to the brain eventually. You don't need this weird aggressive thing in the jugular.
Yeah. Ready to continue? We're halfway through it. Part 1 at least.
Sure.
What's next?
Scott Spencer, I'm calling on behalf of the director of the FBI. You were at the crash site, right? We have to meet urgently. Where are you?
Now it became clear what was next. It was my turn. SCP agents want to get to me too. It will only brainwash me at best. My own safety was now under question. I had to deal with the mess I got into. Image of the flower. It was the symbol of a mysterious tribe on a Hawaiian island. And that island is the only place on Earth where this strange flower grows.
Maybe.
I'm going to say, I've never heard from my stepdad's family in any way of a mysterious tribe that lives there in Hawaii and has a mysterious flower print on it.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure we already know all the tribes that were in Hawaii, right?
Yes.
So yeah, so that makes no sense. I mean, it would make sense for maybe the Amazon. We don't know all the tribes in there because I don't think we fully explored it. But Hawaii,
But
we
know
have.
all the Hawaiian history.
Yeah.
What a coincidence.
Fact,
It was from the
the
play.
last king of Hawaii and the last queen, those siblings made painstaking efforts to preserve their people's history.
Dang. Based.
Well, there was a lot of people trying to wipe it out, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
And they were well educated.
Alright. Well, let's see if he gets racist.
Place where Flight 002 departed. Whatever's going on here, the answer must be found on this cursed island. I uploaded its detailed map to my phone, and suddenly, I heard heavy footsteps outside the door. How quickly they found me. Damn, I'm too old for that. I don't care that I almost crashed. The fact that I lost a blood sample is unforgivable.
What?
Please don't insert more racism.
This foundation had been pressing hard on me. Broke into my apartment, set up an ambush at my car. I could only run.
You can't outrun the Foundation. People have tried that. It failed.
Ugh, why does it hurt so much? The hell? It couldn't happen. And then I realized that my problems, in fact, had just begun. Not only did I break the baby's blood sample, I also got my hand into it.
Scott, buddy, this is Norwood. I have a report ready on the blood sample that you gave. This is complete madness. The blood has an abnormal property. It quickly destroys the tissues of a living creature who touches it. This is not an infection, because an infected person cannot infect another one. But the owner of the blood is incredibly toxic.
What?
I can't even imagine what could have given him such abilities.
Norwood, I think I'm involved now. I stained my hand with this baby's blood, and now... How long have I got?
Oh shit, buddy. Tissues decompose at a rate of 0.5 millimeter per minute. You have 24 hours. No more. Hey, who are you guys? What do you need? Let me go!
That's it. They got to Norwood. I was left alone. I could turn into a walking dead the next day, or get to the people from the SCP, and it was unclear what they would do to me. I wasn't sure which one of these options was better.
Cut off your hand.
The only chance of salvation was waiting for me on that island. I wanted to be on time. The night flight was hard, but a handful of painkillers made it possible to get deep into the island.
The only
Time was clear.
island on the Hawaiian island chain that people aren't allowed to enter is one island, but it's not cursed. It's a sacred island that no one is allowed to go to that isn't Hawaiian.
Right.
If you aren't Hawaiian, you are not allowed on that island.
Clearly not playing into my hands. I felt lousy. Yeah, I thought I was definitely finished. After all, apparently, I should have reached the tribe's habitat a long time ago. But there were only jungles around.
We will find
And
out.
suddenly, I noticed a human shape. I didn't have time to examine it. Another person grew up behind me, and I was knocked out by a sharp kick to my head. When I recovered in the lab, I couldn't remember what had happened. But the terrible pain in my arm quickly brought those memories back to me.
Yes, white people.
And as soon as it happened, I immediately recognized the flower on the
Neither of
walls.
them look
Now it
Hawaiian.
was obvious that this was not the symbol of the tribe. It was the logo of some company.
In the the Hawaiian Islands. Yeah, this isn't racist.
So when you click the racism one. I think you're clapping as yes.
I'm only slightly angry.
What's going on here? Who are you?
No, sir. Who are you?
And
yes, why are you here?
From
This part of the island.
Tribe from the Hawaii.
Yeah. Well, he said a bit earlier that it wasn't a tribe, it was for an organization. Apparently he just found out by being dragged in here.
Okay.
Island is a private property. Sorry for the rude hosting, but we don't like guests here.
My name is Scott Spencer. I'm an FBI agent. Brooklyn, New York. Was investigating a case. The plane's crash. There was a woman with a baby. The woman died, decomposed alive, like most of the passengers, but the source of the infection seems to be that baby. And damn, it touched his blood. Now, my hand. I'm here to find a way to stop it. You can help me, right?
Tell me, Spencer, this baby, where is it now?
It was taken by people from the SCP Foundation. They cleaned up pretty well and almost got to me. So, will you help me?
Oh, you've come to the right place. The fact is that this woman, Diana, ran away with a baby from our laboratory. A fascinating story. Spencer, we'll keep you alive, but on one condition. I'm offering you a deal.
Sure, anything. Just put me out of my misery.
What?
You know what, that's fair. That's probably the only way to save him.
Yeah.
But they use some sort of painkiller.
Yeah.
New York flight? Flying home? Did you like your vacation?
Oh my god.
Hand chopping off.
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't understand.
Don't mind. I got tired while getting to the airport. The vacation was wonderful. I think I'll remember it for the rest of my life.
Oh my god.
The fuck?
Well, we ready to rate it? Rate part 1?
4. Also, there's no such thing as a private island of Hawaii.
Yeah. So you want to give it a 0?
Well, can you think of something that's not a 4?
No.
I don't want to give it a 0, but we have to give it what it earned.
Alright.
Would you say anything is wrong with that?
Nope.